The atomic bomb, a weapon unlike any other. It has the power to level cities and extinguish countless lives in an instant. The very mention of it conjures images of unimaginable destruction and suffering. Understanding its devastating power is not just a scientific endeavor, it is a moral imperative. We must grapple with the profound implications of this technology. We must learn from the past and strive for a future free from its threat. The atomic bomb forever changed the course of human history. It serves as a stark reminder of our capacity for both innovation and destruction. The story of the atomic bomb is a complex one. It's a story about scientific breakthroughs, political tensions, and ultimately human choices. It's a story that continues to shape our world today. It's a story we must never forget.
At the heart of the atomic bomb lies a process called nuclear fission. Atoms are the fundamental building blocks of matter. They contain a dense nucleus made up of protons and neutrons. Fission occurs when the nucleus of a heavy atom, such as uranium or plutonium, is split apart. This splitting releases an incredible amount of energy. Think of it like a coiled spring suddenly released. The energy holding the atom together bursts forth with tremendous force. This energy takes the form of heat, light, and radiation, but here's the key. Fission also releases additional neutrons. These neutrons can then strike other atoms, causing them to split as well. This creates a chain reaction, a cascade of splitting atoms releasing ever-increasing amounts of energy. Controlling this chain reaction is critical. In a nuclear reactor, the reaction is carefully controlled to produce electricity, but in an atomic bomb, the chain reaction is deliberately allowed to run rampant. This unleashes a devastating amount of energy in a fraction of a second.
Building an atomic bomb is a complex feat of engineering. It requires bringing together a critical mass of fissile material, either uranium-235 or plutonium-239. This material must be kept separate until the moment of detonation. There are two main types of atomic bombs, gun type and implosion type. In a gun-type bomb, two subcritical masses of fissile material are separated within the bomb. Conventional explosives are used to fire one subcritical mass into the other, creating a supercritical mass that initiates the chain reaction. Implosion-type bombs are more sophisticated. They use a sphere of plutonium-239 surrounded by carefully placed explosives. These explosives are detonated simultaneously, compressing the plutonium core. This compression forces the plutonium atoms closer together, initiating the chain reaction. Both types of bombs rely on precise timing and engineering. A slight miscalculation could result in a dud or a premature detonation. The creation of the atomic bomb was a testament to human ingenuity, but it was ingenuity put to a terrifying purpose. The detonation of an atomic bomb is an event of unparalleled violence. It begins with a blinding flash of light and an intense burst of heat. This heat can reach millions of degrees Celsius, instantly vaporizing anything in its immediate vicinity. A massive fireball then expands rapidly, engulfing everything in its path. The fireball is followed by a shockwave that travels outward at supersonic speeds. This shockwave can level buildings, uproot trees, and create hurricane-force winds that extend for miles. As the fireball rises, it cools and condenses, creating the iconic mushroom cloud. This cloud is composed of radioactive debris and dust. This debris, known as fallout, is carried by the wind and can contaminate vast areas. The immediate effects of an atomic bomb explosion are catastrophic, but the long-term consequences are equally devastating. Radiation poisoning, cancer, and birth defects are just some of the horrors that can linger long after the blast.
Section 5. In the shadow of the blast, the human toll. The human cost of an atomic bomb attack is immeasurable. The immediate blast kills and maims indiscriminately. Those who survive the initial explosion face a horrific aftermath. They suffer from burns, radiation sickness, and long-term health problems. Radiation sickness is a particularly cruel fate. It attacks the body at the cellular level, causing nausea, vomiting, hair loss, and internal bleeding. Many victims die within days or weeks. Those who survive often suffer from cancer and other illnesses later in life. The psychological trauma of an atomic bomb attack is profound. Survivors live with the memories of unimaginable destruction and loss. They grapple with the psychological scars of experiencing such an event. The bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki left an indelible mark on the human psyche. It demonstrated the horrific toll that such weapons can inflict on innocent civilians. The world was forced to confront the true cost of nuclear war.
Section 6. A Scarred Earth Environmental Consequences. The environmental impact of an atomic bomb is far-reaching and long-lasting. The blast itself incinerates everything in its immediate vicinity. The intense heat can ignite wildfires that rage for days. Radioactive fallout contaminates the soil, water, and air. This contamination can persist for decades, making it unsafe for humans to live in or cultivate the affected areas. The long-term effects of radiation exposure on ecosystems are still not fully understood. Some scientists believe that a large-scale nuclear war could trigger a nuclear winter. The massive amounts of dust and smoke released into the atmosphere could block sunlight. This would lead to a global cooling effect, disrupting agriculture and potentially causing widespread famine. The environmental consequences of nuclear weapons are a stark reminder that our actions have consequences that extend far beyond ourselves. We have a responsibility to protect the planet and ensure its habitability for future generations.
Section 7. Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Never forget the horrors of the atomic bomb were unleashed upon the world in August 1945. On August 6th, an American B-29 bomber dropped an atomic bomb on the Japanese city of Hiroshima. The blast instantly killed an estimated 80,000 people. Tens of thousands more died in the weeks and months that followed from radiation poisoning and injuries. 3 days later, a second atomic bomb was dropped on the city of Nagasaki, killing an estimated 40,000 people. The devastation caused by these bombings was unprecedented. Entire cities were reduced to rubble. The world watched in horror as images of the aftermath emerged. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki marked a turning point in human history. They ushered in the atomic age and cast a long shadow over international relations. The world was forced to confront the terrifying power of nuclear weapons. The stories of the survivors of Hiroshima and Nagasaki are a powerful testament to the resilience of the human spirit. They also serve as a stark reminder of the human cost of war. Their experiences must never be forgotten.
Section 8. Towards a future free of fear, a call for peace. The atomic bomb is a stark reminder of our capacity for both creation and destruction. The same scientific ingenuity that allowed us to unlock the secrets of the atom also gave us the means to destroy ourselves. We must never forget the lessons of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The human cost of nuclear war is simply too high. We have a moral obligation to work towards a world free from the threat of these weapons. This requires international cooperation, dialogue, and a commitment to disarmament. We must remember that we are all part of one human family. Our common humanity should bind us together in a shared commitment to peace. The future of our planet depends on it. Let us choose hope over fear. Let us choose diplomacy over destruction. Let us choose a future free from the threat of nuclear war.